Welcome back everyone, and as you can see I'm here, back in Sydney, back where it all began. I've been back here for about a month now, and I thought to myself, since I'm here for the foreseeable future, why not do some travel within Australia? So far this year I've caught sleeper trains across countries like Thailand, China, Kazakhstan, Russia. But back here in Sydney where I live, I have never caught the sleeper train down to Melbourne. A trip made by thousands of people every day, Sydney to Melbourne. Most of them fly, and in fact I don't know anyone who's ever caught the sleeper train from Sydney to Melbourne. So I thought, why not today get the sleeper train from Sydney to Melbourne in first class and see what it's like. See how it compares to the sleeper trains across China, Kazakhstan, the former Soviet Union. Let's see if it's any better or worse. I can tell you one thing for sure, it was about 4 times as expensive, so my expectations are high, but you know, we'll see I guess. So join me as I make the 11-hour train journey from Sydney to Melbourne and see what it's like. Who knows, perhaps it's even better than flying. Anyway, time to head to the station. The centre of Sydney is very busy at the moment. The Vivid Light Festival is on, as you can see. The whole harbour gets lit up with light shows, so the usually dead Sydney CBD actually comes to life in the evening for about 3 weeks every year. Right, so I'm yet to tell you guys, but I'm actually not doing this trip solo. I'm here with my good friend Jonathan. He's going to be joining me on the journey. Jonathan, you looking forward to this?
Absolutely, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm keen to go to Melbourne and spend a night on the train. I think it'll be pretty cool.
I'm dreading it. Anyway, here we are. This is Sydney's Central Station here. I suppose you could say this is like Sydney's answer to King's Cross, St Pancras, Gare du Nord, St Petersburg, Moskovsky Station. Maybe not quite, but anyway, this is where the train to Melbourne leaves from in Sydney. Let's go find out where our platform is. Looks like we're platform 1, so let's go head over and see what our train looks like. Let's see how this compares to the Trans-Siberian. Here we are, this is the train to Melbourne. First impressions, a bit more dated than I was expecting. With car A, let's find where that is and get on. Oh, here we are, car A. Looks like we've got front row seats. Let's find 9 and 10. Right, this is us here. Not too bad. Hey.
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Travelled in the sleeper cars before?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Okay, William.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Tea, coffee or hot chocolate?
Tea, please.
Tea? Any milk or sugar?
Tiny bit of milk.
Yep.
Right, so here is where we're going to spend the next 11 hours or so. It's a bit different to the trains I caught in other countries. It's only built for 2 people, as you can see. Someone sleeps up there, someone sleeps down there. And it's really small, and as usual with sleeper trains, it is really, really hot in here. Also given us a box of complimentary snacks. Well, I guess it's not complimentary because it costs 200 bucks. But yeah, so we got here a bottle of water, some chips, biscuits. Not exactly the first class dinner I was expecting, but you know, we'll take it. And here we got this little, I suppose you'd call, amenity kit. Here we got eye mask, toothbrush I believe, earplugs, toothpaste I think. So yeah, they give you a few amenities, not something you get on the Trans-Siberian or the trains in China or Kazakhstan. So, you know, that's good I suppose. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's a lot smaller than the other sleeper trains I caught. Jonathan, what are your first impressions?
It's not bad, it's cozy, it's a little hot in here. The snacks are kind of basic. But
is this your first ever sleeper train you've caught?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's probably my 5th or so now. I thought my sleeper train days were done, but you know, I'm committed to the contents. I suppose travelling in a cabin of 2 gives you a bit more privacy, depending on whether you like that or not. I'll show you later. I saw first class and second class. It's just seating. I could not imagine that on an 11-hour overnight train, but yeah, I'll show you that later. But yeah, so far, it's not too bad on here. Maybe it's a bit old, a bit dated, but you know, Australia isn't known for its innovation in train travel. So we'll see how the journey goes. We're setting off in about 10 minutes. Okay, right on time, we've set off. The 11-hour journey through the Victorian steppe to Melbourne begins. They just came around and offered us dinner. The options were spaghetti bolognese or sweet vegetables with... The options were spaghetti bolognese or sweet vegetables with chickpeas. So I took the spaghetti bolognese. So yeah, let's see what a meal is like in first class sleeper on an Australian train. Right, they've just told us our dinner is ready. We've got to go collect it from car C, from the buffet. So let's go. Here is the first class seated area. Just said over the loudspeaker, the train is 40 years old, and I tell you what, compared to the Chinese high-speed rail, this is like walking in an earthquake. It's very bumpy and unstable. I did say Australia wasn't known for its innovation in trains, but yeah, there you go. Alright everyone, dinner is served. Here is what the spaghetti bolognese looks like on the Sydney to Melbourne sleeper train. To be honest, it just seems like the sort of thing you'd get on a plane. Anyway, let's see what it's like. Alright, let's taste the spaghetti bolognese, see what it's like.
Oh, this is like hard.
If I was blindfolded and ate this, I'd think I was right in front of a Trevi fountain in Rome. Just kidding, it's absolutely shit. Jono, what do you think of the food?
4 stars. It's not bad.
First class train, first class food, what can I say? Worth every cent of the 230 bucks. I'm just joking, I don't know why I'm complaining. It's a train, overnight train to Melbourne. I wasn't expecting anything special. But yeah, you know, it cost $9, which is pretty reasonable. From memory, it was more expensive for a meal on the trains in China and Russia and Kazakhstan, so that's one. So yeah, I was saying, food's cheaper and about the same quality as you get in the other parts of the world, so yeah, not everything on here is too bad. Now look, in all seriousness, I need to stop slagging this train off. Like, it's clean, it's comfortable, it's on time. Like, that's a couple of things you don't get in those other parts of the world. So, you know, it's not all bad. It is expensive though, but yeah. In a sec, I'm gonna show you the toilet, and we're gonna turn these into beds, and we're gonna try and get a good night's sleep, because we've got an early wake up tomorrow. Right, let's go for a toilet check. Alright, so it is really small in here, and as you can see, there's a shower, and someone has just used it. The floor's soaked. So this here, the toilet is here, it pulls down. I hope I'm not going to regret touching this. And above here you've got like a sink, comes down. I mean, it's small, but it's quite clean, so I'll give it that. Right, time to get these beds made up. Right, beds are made, and here's how it looks. Looks cozy enough. Heat aside, it should be a good night's sleep. See you in the morning. Right, good morning everyone. It's about 6:30 in the morning, just woken up, about an hour from Melbourne. And here is the complimentary breakfast they give us. Some cereal, milk and juice. Not the best night's sleep. I never do sleep too well on these trains, so yeah, looking forward to getting off in an hour or so. Just coming in through the suburbs of Melbourne now. Of course, the problem of doing this sort of trip in the middle of winter is it's been dark the whole time, so I haven't really been able to show you much of the scenery. Right, made it to Melbourne. Right, so there we have it. That's the Melbourne CBD behind me and the Yarra River. So what do I think of the sleeper train? Is it worth it? Well, it's good in the sense that if you're traveling long term, you save on a night of accommodation and it drops you off right in the center of the city as opposed to at the airport, which is miles away. But to be honest, I think for the price, $234 to be exact, it's a bit pricey when you could fly Sydney to Melbourne in about an hour and it'd cost about a quarter of that price. So yeah, if you're into trains or if you're traveling long term, maybe the sleeper train's a good idea, but I think in general, it's better to fly. Not that there was anything really wrong with the sleeper train, it was okay, it was comfortable, it was clean, but just a bit pricey and it's a very long trip. But to be honest, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy Melbourne today and I'll see you in the next one.